Okay, so here are your documents for the Exodusters lesson. Now, just like with pretty much every lesson, I'm giving you some guiding questions up at the top. So the whole point of these questions is that as you're completing the documents, these two questions, if you can answer them, will make it so that when you answer the exit ticket in the CHQ, you will be successful, right? The CHQ can basically be broken into these parts. So, why did African Americans want to leave the South, and what factors pulled them to Kansas in particular? So, we have a number of sources here. I'm not going to go over the first image. What I'm going to say is use your sourcing information. Okay, so we can see it gives us info about it here. But the main part of it is while you look at the picture, there's this table for you to use. Now, the point here is you go step by step. So, step one, what do I see in the cartoon? What do the words say? What do I see in the pictures? And notice that there is parentheses here saying just read and notice the details. Do not try to analyze yet. The analysis will come. What I want you to do first is just tell me what you see. Next, what references and symbols might the cartoonist be using? So as you're looking at this and making your notes, in the first part, think about, okay, does this remind me of anything I've read about? Does this remind me of anything I know about that can connect to what we're learning today as well as what we've learned about in previous lessons? Okay, so what are they trying to convey in pictures and words? This is where you'll make those inferences. And then what is the point? Why are they doing this? Now, as we move forward, we can see source B, which is this section right here. So I'll use this as the example, right, to give, once again, a little bit of help to go back to the guiding questions. Why leave the South? Why Kansas in particular? So as I look, Benjamin Singleton's sworn testimony before the Senate Select Committee investigating the Negro exodus from the southern states. He was a fugitive slave and after the Civil War worked to bring in freedmen to his settlement in Kansas, and this is a testimony. So this is him talking to the Senate, right, to Congress, the legislative branch. All of these things are the same terms that we can use. Well, my people, for the want of the land, we needed land for our children, so I rounded up 300 or 400 people and went to southern Kansas and found it was a good country. And I thought Kansas was incredibly agreeable to our nature, sir. Okay, so if we think back to our two questions, number one, why did they leave? Number two, why Kansas? Well, we already have an answer kind of for that first one, right? My people, for the want of land. We needed land for our children. Boom. This is super helpful, right? If we're thinking about, well, why are they doing this? We have one of our potential answers. They needed land for their kids. They needed land for their people. Continuing reading, and I formed a colony there and bought about 1,000 acres of ground. The colony did, my people. I've carried some people in there that when they got there, they didn't have 50 cents left. And now they got into my colony, a house, nice cabins, cows, sheep, pigs, and perhaps horses and trees, and 3 or 4 or 10 acres broken up, and all of them have little houses. Okay, so we're looking at another reason. Why? Well, they came from nothing. They had no money. And now, living in this new area, this colony, they have all of these things, right? Animals, houses, yards, all that stuff. They didn't go under no relief assistance. They went in on their own resources. And when they went in there, first, the country was not overrun with them. You can see they got good wages. The country was not overstocked with people. They went to work, and I never helped them as soon as I could put them on land. So we're starting to get an answer to that second question of why Kansas in particular. We have it right here. The country was not overstocking with people. Okay, so what is one particular reason that they might have chose Kansas? And I'm going to mark this one in red instead. Because it was empty. Right? It was fairly empty. They could get lots of land for cheap and then spread that out, which made it really appealing if you were a former slave to go there, right? You could be around people that were in similar situations as you. They could understand what you were feeling, as well as the fact that you could have ample space. Now, as we continue going, you can see another image and a few more bits of reading leading up to this graphic organizer. So I'm giving you one of them, right? One reason to go, economic opportunity. There are 2 more that I'm looking for, and then the documents that support it. All of which leading up is why did they choose to migrate to Kansas following freeing? Okay. Reach out if you have questions. This video is wrapping up on me. I'm running out of time. So good luck. You got this.